This is my message to Zacchaeus, who's been acting like Satan. Now that I pre-planned. That I thought about and I was like, I want to say that on camera. Ooh, this is going to be good. Because I know you've been watching me. And I know you've been seeing me grow. I know you've been guiding me. I'm sitting here wondering who was up in the tree first. Was it you or was it me? It was definitely you. You were given an option in 6th grade. And you made a decision. You went across the street, one or the other. Enemy's on one side. God's on the opposite. Which one was it? You chose to go the money road. You chose to go the I can be successful. But it wasn't that. It was your father before that. Who was that? And then the father there. So I see the king in front of me. And I've been acting as if I've been the king. I've been taking your reign. I've been working your bridle. I've been navigating your steers. I can't go left. I can't go right. I'm right down the middle. I'm following God all the way. And I see the best of both worlds. So, as I started out wanting to be kind of mean, frustrated, because in the reality of a man, I got to deal with the bullshit stresses of whatever this world is. When back in the day, you just go off in the woods, you cut down some trees and sticks, and you go ahead and make yourself a tent. You have somewhere to stay for the night. And the first thing, and the only thing you should be thinking about, is survival of means of food and water. Heat, warmth, shelter. From the Most High. From the Most High. Oh, I could play with that card, or I could say under the arms, the pinions of the Most High. Now, I ain't no some like, zero to hero paragod or anything, These are over the course of my lifetime. And it's funny when the potter in the sky molds the clay. He creates images of him. Now, I like a handlebar mustache, so I'm probably going to shave off the outsides. Because I like to be in the image of the Diego teacher downstairs. But I got another God who loves a clean-shaven face. Now, oh my God, you said another God. There is only one God. But, the understanding of the omniscience of where God is in everybody, I can see where God is playing out in my life and where it is in my small world, which is the size of a pearl. To all of you. Such a small world when you run into people you know or haven't known, or people who know people. Oh, and I got a good Diego who'd be a wonderful president or an accessory to the cabinet. I'd put him right in the cabinet just like I did here. You're sitting right next to my freaking jocket shit. You're all under my feet. But I like to keep things nice and diaper cream because I'm a leper. Dry skin. Athlete's foot. I'm riddled with this bullshit. And I just need creams that have all these wonderful resources in them that are, God-given and all put together by man to create these wonderful things for children. Pediatrician recommended. A and D. Treat it right. Put it on. Do it with love. Good love. This was a message for Zacchaeus, but then in my mind I was just thinking, because I haven't seen my children and I miss my daughter, she has eczema just like me, and she'd always rest her feet against my face as a, put on a cream and some things fathers don't do are change diapers. They get scared, they're nervous, they're worried, they're fearful of it. They don't want to go anywhere near that. It's responsibility. They feel like it's a woman's job to do. No, fathers, you need to step up, man up, and just do your job. Life is life, you gotta wipe ass. You wipe ass. Keep your mind out of the fucking gutter when you do it, you sick fucks, and just wipe ass. Okay? Wipe ass. We all have to do it. We have to wipe our own ass. We teach our kids how to wipe our ass. I didn't even get to potty. I wanted to potty train my kids. I started to potty train my son, and then, her inception came to play. And it was fierce. I was tiptoeing. I was tiptoeing for a while. Walking on eggshells around this woman because Inception's a real thing. So not only did I just tackle the bullshit fucking dealings of having to do with this, because I have funding coming. We signed, applied, put the application in, I was approved. The money's coming, but tomorrow's the 1st, and I have to move out. So thanks for the stress over my head. Unless you come to me and say, no, you don't, and everything will be okay. But family is family. And when family decided, you're not God to me anymore. You're not God at all. You're just man now. You just lost all your fucking shit. And I get to take the place. Because Tom in the sky, doubtful Thomas before you, took away your reign now. You don't know what that means. You don't understand that. That means... I don't know, Father, what does that mean? Tell me. Do I get a cut? Do I get a free room? No, Tom, is it? Is that something you're going to tell your son? That you sent down Jesus to him? In the reality? Yeshua? Abraham? Your son is Abraham, so that makes me Jacob? But I'm Joseph, so send for my father. Send for Jacob. Brothers, go get Jacob. No, you're Isaac. You're Isaac. And Jacob is Jim McLaughlin, because I got little brothers that are, Sean sees me. Sean sees me. So he's going to send Jacob to me, to Joseph, in the neighboring town. But the enemy, Satan, who I work for, and he doesn't like it that this was the house of the rising sun, that this was the satanic home, that I broke up the concrete heart, that I threw into the ocean. He tried to hit me with a beautiful vixen who, could cut me down twice, 3 times, if that. But the 3rd time, no, she wanted to help my mind, but really, it wasn't her, it was the enemy trying to make it so you gotta get on meds. Hey guys, I'm perfectly fucking clear-headed, and I'm ready to foster a nation. I'm ready to take on the kids, the adolescents, who don't have a place to go, mid-level, or there on after, understanding independent living. There was a young kid in a group home that I would go and see when I was on the ambulance. He would call, suicidal thoughts and all that. Misunderstanding of himself, which is okay. He's just trying to figure out where he wants to be in life. He's just confused. But he does know certain things, just how he was raised by a woman or by 2 people of the same sex. It kind of can make someone feel like they would prefer to be that. So working through the limbo and trying to be able to really understand, justify, it's all it is, just sitting there on the stairway and just giving a listening ear. And having a little bit of a positive insight that can kind of help mold, but not direct. Being honest with somebody is the best feeling in the world. To be able to stand before you and just say whatever comes to my heart. To look you in the eyes and tell you I love you. And I've loved you before I even knew you. And I mean that from my heart, as a man here in front of you. The reality, the tangible, you're still not even tangible. You can't touch me, but you can see me. And you can know that I pour my heart out to the world. I got a pastor who would love for me to share about his bracelets in Uganda, and he does. Oh. And I love his name. Oh, Makopi. It's just like it rolls off the tongue. And I got Emma, and I got Ev, but Ev stays away a little bit. He doesn't really believe in me. Wrong. He does. Because I get to read his passages, and he's spot on. But he doesn't reach out to me. He gives me the space to be able to work through, because we talked about that. I got to get some things done here in America before we can go ahead and be your nation that protects you and fights for you. Thanks, Makopi. And I asked him, and I asked everybody actually, if you're going to send me the pictures and the beautiful things for me only to see, I love watching and seeing them. The way you're raising the children, the way you got them, they're having fun and they're playing. And this isn't like a slave thing in your nation, making bracelets out of love for God to send and to receive something. It has a moment, it has a memory, it has a purpose. But out in Pakistan, I got a Pastor Sony where he's crying about it because they need food and water, but their kids are making bricks, which out in the sun, no cover, no shade. Makes me wonder, is this happening all over the nations? Yeah, even though you're doing right by trying to find a way, you're doing it for money. You're asking for benefit from man, but we are the nation, or we all have nations, we all make money. Who makes money? Are you telling me God makes money? You telling me I make money? Because I don't make money. I'm negative $670 in my bank account right now. But my security deposit cleared, and the person who it matters to was able to replenish his account. But I don't mind sitting under debt for other people to make sure that they got what they need, because I want to be an honest man. Got hit with a couple other debts this week. My truck, can't move it. My choice. I decided to buy a vehicle that needed restoration at a time in my life when, I can't afford a monthly bill. I don't want to risk another repossession. Thank you, Kimberly, for ruining me and putting me in bondage so that I can rest here in hell. But thankfully, God came and picked me up because he was there the day before and he was there the day after. I understand where God planned this in the potter wheel. I know where I rest in the vines, and I'm ready for that farm. I'm ready for the fertile land because, I built a house on a rock. Or bought a house on a rock, and I built it. But you told me we only slapped paint on the walls when we did the renovations for 3 months. So there's your first lie. Perjury. Second lie would be, who was in the room? Our children were in the living room watching TV, and it's an open floor concept. So that technically, they were in the same room. There was no door that can close or open in between. Walls didn't leave the option. There was just the roundabout. And in the acts, you ran at me as I was going towards the door. I tried to dive around you. And you sent off in this whirlwind of adventure. Alice in Wonderland. The Cheshire Cat. I even get a Mr. Manning, who published my medic book as a roommate in the upper room overlooking the farm. So I know that my summer internship most likely will be in this moment. If anything is to happen to me, at least I know I got a place there. And I'll go ahead and I'll be the farmer, as long as I can have visitations from my woman. Because God still gave me a Holy Spirit. And she's beautiful and she's blonde and she's a little bit older than me and a little bit older than you, and she could take you down in any bit of advocacy. Because she helps people for the better. You help people for the money. Kimberly, you chose $130,000 a year over me. And you took on the responsibility of 2 children, and you expected your parents to pick up the slack for you. So you can continue to make that money. When living comfortably and fostering children, not only our own, is way better. The less hassle of a miscarriage, which sends the mind into a So someone who watches this, because I am going to post it, Inception's a true thing. The movie was real in its mindset of it was a prediction for later. The Holy King's children, if you guys don't help me get my kids back yet, she's probably going to drown them in a lake. because I'm the good side of the bad. But you all see the bad side of the good in your eyes. Queen took the king's castle. First king failed. Second king reigns. If you want me to throw Jesus into the mix, half of you guys forgot why he died on the cross for us. So I'm telling you why I died on the cross for you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Love you. Ooh, this one's for you, Bruce. Yippee-ki-yay, mother truckers.